Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the TOUTTE podcast. TOUTTE, of course, two of us to the end. I am Bryce, and I'm here with Ryan, parentheses, 10K richer, and parentheses, how are we doing today, Ryan, parentheses, 10K richer, and parentheses.
I mean, Bryce, I'm kind of on cloud nine. First of all, happy Taute Friday. We're recording this a day late. Happy Taute Saturday to our 5 loyal subscribers. Anyone else feeling about that?
I know I must have felt like a betrayal on Thursday. A
I,
betrayal as big as the likes of massive betrayals, like Rachel putting up Mickey out of absolutely nowhere,
no,
completely unprompted.
I know our 5 subscribers woke up this morning with an empty subscription box, and we're just absolutely heartbroken and sad to
I know. I
but
know how
at the very least, I have $10,000 in my pocket because I didn't use it to get myself off the block. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be on this podcast right now because I'd still be in the house.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this week and the things that followed because this is the week I have most adamantly watched feeds because I was just so nervous and freaking out and like wanting to die because like it felt like the season was going to be made or broke, made
So,
made or broke, and it made. So I don't even know where to begin though. This was a disaster. Zach went home despite not using his power, and he still seems to not even regret it that much. So
sure fucking does it. It's astounding to me. Like in all the interviews, he's like, "Yeah, I couldn't use it because then if I did, then Morgan would go up and there would still be 2 members of our alliance on the block, and then
oh
like it's the
no.
same thing anyways." And it's like one, it wouldn't be the same thing because you would still be there even if Morgan or Vince left. Second of all, what if Morgan won that blockbuster and Keanu left? You lost. Maybe she wouldn't have. You did awful.
Is what he deserved. I started wanting Vince to go, but then it ended. I will say, from an objective point, it was really hard to watch those feeds because everybody was being stupid except for like, and it was also just like I personally I don't like Mickey and I don't like Vince, okay? And I was like happy to watch feeds that didn't include the two of them, but I could not escape. Every second of the feeds, you go to one camera and it's Mickey going like, "Yeah, we have to fucking kill Rachel and her family. I fucking hate her. This is my game. Taking out Jimmy was the best move of all fucking time. And if you disagree, I'm gonna kill you." And then I'd be like, and God told me to do that. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the other feed. And then I pan over to Vince in his little egg costume, talking to everyone and going like, "Oh, I'm just a little baby. I'm just a little baby. I'm just on the block for the first time, and I'm so anxious, and I'm a baby, and you need to save me." And I couldn't escape, and I had to watch it for so long that I think I went crazy with them, honestly. But I'm happy with how it ended out.
See, I was busy and spent most of, in general, like the times I open feeds are rare. Most of the time, I'm just reading on Twitter and or listening to Taryn's live feed update the next day at work. So I always I keep up with what's happening, but I don't have to deal with like the actual specifics of sitting through everything. I've been anti Mickey since like last week and like prayed that Morgan would go up and go home because I just wanted one of them to get instant karma for Jimmy. And
Yes.
it took Bryce until like 2 days ago to find like he kept being like, no, Mickey sucks, but like other people need to go first, so we need to shake the game up more. And then 2 days ago, Bryce was like, Ryan, I cannot take this anymore. I cannot watch Mickey on the feeds for a second or I'm gonna go insane.
She broke me. She broke me. I've never. This is like delusion to the like of like really old school. Like when we had that like there was always in old school BB that one side that's just like what like we're giving friendship here. We're giving like Natalie, Lydia's BB11 side. I'm telling you, we're giving like April, Ollie. Like we're we're really Delulu. And
Well,
she's also got that key thing Delulu people do, which is like justify it and believing they're like the only honest and integrity driven person in the entire house and like using she's got the whole combo. It's very old school, like level of like, wow, you are really not in touch with reality. But
Right. The comparison we've been making is Daniel and Nicole, and they still adamantly the entire time in the house. The second they got called for like bullying Taylor, they were like, "Well, that wasn't us. We love Taylor. It was Indy actually. The Indy was the first people, but the
uh,
Indy nobody else." And then they went right back to talking about how Taylor was the worst person to ever walk the face of the earth. So like, at least if they came out of the house and they were self-aware about it. Like Daniel made that one YouTube video where he titled like "I apology," and then he was like, "I apologize for nothing." And
yeah.
honestly, good for him. Like at least he owns it. I know Mickey's gonna come out and be so fucking annoying about
Be
it.
like, America, I know that like you must have been shocked watching Rachel's behavior in there, and all I can say is I tried my best to be honest and loyal, and like she came for me out of nowhere, and it's kind of incredible how you can respect someone who treats people that nastily. Like it's gonna be something like that, and
Like a week ago, she was sobbing to Rachel about how she was the best person she's ever met in her entire life. And then the week after that, she was targeting Rachel to every single person in the house.
yeah,
And now after her nomination, it's I don't even know why Rachel thinks I would be coming for her.
doesn't
Also,
make
she's
sense.
old and ugly. Also, I didn't even say I would go after her, and I don't know why she would nominate me. This is a betrayal unseen to the human race.
I could write like a 10-page dissertation on all the contradicting statements Mickey has made, where she just completely contradicts herself, and it's like she doesn't even know. Like if she knew and she's like, "Haha, I'm lying to them, idiots." No, she buys it. It's spooky. She's really 10 toes down on like, yeah, I really hate mean girls. I don't like people who like talk bad about other people. You know, it's just
I
not my
went
cup of
up
tea at this
like
age.
she was like, "I'm done being nice now." When were you ever nice?
Maybe the first few weeks. I don't know.
Underline the maybe. I don't know. I don't remember what was it.
It's yeah, yeah, yeah.
There were probably some.
So she sucks. Um, most of the week was just her yapping, and golly, the house just knowing that she's doing too much, but then being like, okay, and they almost made a disastrous decision. I don't even know where to begin with that. I'll probably just have to go person by person and outline each of the stupid things each of them did throughout the week because it's a lot. But in the end of the day, we won, baby. We won. We won big. I'm a Keanu stan now. I never thought I'd see the day. Um, and next HOH, beautiful, amazing, cool. So
I
season
think
7.
we have a tier list to where we can go one by one. I feel like we can still talk a little before that. First of all, my I told Bryce this already, but my casual sister that I've brought up a few times, she, as I mentioned in the first podcast, my family grew up watching The Amazing Race and later went back to Big Brother. My entire family uh, was and still mostly is a certified Rachel Riley hater.
Oh,
They haven't seen her
yeah.
past Amazing Race whiny days. My casual sister on a phone call with me yesterday said the two people I'm rooting for are Ava and Rachel.
Girl boss.
We
Epic girl
want
boss moment. Big Brother is supposed to be fun and exciting or whatever she said. Well, that's beautiful. Yeah, I think even Rachel haters are starting to like her now because I do think the Rachel Keanu bond has like brought together the nation. You know, like I feel like it's all come together into one big conglomerate of like, okay, I guess we can root for the same people, and Mickey sucks. uh, so
Has there been like a single dynamic in Big Brother history as Keanu and Rachel as Keanu and Rachel are?
Keanu and Rachel.
Like, if I say
Uh, uh, I don't know. I can't.
no,
There's no way to
this,
describe that dynamic because there's also no way to describe Keanu. I don't know what it doesn't make any sense. So
I just thought you would yell at me. I was trying to rage bait you.
no, I couldn't do it. I don't get rage baited. I'm very calm and zen all the time.
Uh,
Um,
I want Morgan to win the season. She's a gamer girl.
I'm enraged at you. I know she is a gamer girl, and the good thing, I don't know if you guys heard about the new week, but God visited the Big Brother house this new week and decided to intervene so that Morgan second place in the HOH comp. She was that's what she was saying. She's really grateful that God came down to give her second place so her family could see her almost win a competition. Shout out to God for his never-ending work in the Big Brother house, you know?
I don't remember which house guest said it, but according to RHAP, a former house guest once said something along the lines of, I don't think God has a vested interest in Big Brother.
That's what I just want to scream at because this is a weirdly religious cast. Like, I don't
It's
maybe Julie handpicked these people. Even the people I would not expect to be religious, like to me, Ava is like a pussy goblin atheist. That's a creed.
I don't know where that came from. I was just gonna gloss over it and you're too.
But she even she is like, you know, Rachel, you won this age. God told you to, and this whole game is all in God's hand. Like, I feel like God has more invested interests than uh, reality competition show on Paramount Plus, Big Brother. Like, I don't know. Okay.
Right.
Um,
Son, if you ever do get around to clipping anything and making it short, that was around 11 minutes in.
okay. Okay. Oh, that's the first impression there.
Also, I don't know why you said like you don't know if people are keeping up with the week. If they're watching this podcast, surely they've seen our hit YouTube short I posted earlier, Bryce.
Oh yes, that's true. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. Um, but yeah, it's everywhere. It's used to justify moves for Mickey. It's used to Mickey. Another reason Mickey was mad was because she.
Oh no.
You didn't hear? You know why she's so betrayed about Rachel winning, or
Well,
about Rachel?
she
She prayed for her to win. Mickey prayed. Mickey prayed for her to win HOH, and this is how she gets repaid. This is how she gets repaid after praying for her to win HOH. Ryan. I mean, I've just never seen such betrayal in my life.
this is my interpretation. Dear Lord of Heaven above, please let me win the HOH, or Morgan win the HOH, or Vince win the HOH, or Lauren win the HOH, or Riley or Catherine win the HOH, or Will win the HOH, or let Zach survive and win the HOH, or let Ava play back to back and win the HOH, or maybe even Ashley can win the HOH. As long as it's not Kelly or Keanu, I guess Rachel could win the HOH above them, but otherwise, I hope she dies.
She
Amen.
prayed for her to win. That's probably exactly what it was. And
Technically, Rachel was included in that, you know?
she also prayed for Keanu to lose the blockbuster. So
Oh,
gotta work on the prayers, I guess. I don't know. Good luck.
Keanu, that blockbuster. Like, Big Brother is such a horrendous show to watch with only headphones in and not looking at the screen. And that logically, that's what I do every single Wednesday and Thursday because I'm at work during the episode. So the only way
Right.
to watch is by listening. Um, but then the blockbuster happened, and a lot of the time I'll like pull my phone out of my pocket and set it aside so I can kind of glance at it. I chose not to do that. So they were like, they explained the rule of the blockbuster and then said begin. And then I listened to the most bland background music for like 2.5 minutes, and it was like, okay, but let me check and see who's winning. I'll at least like see who's winning. Put my phone back in my pocket, and as I pull my phone out, I look down, and Keanu is as slowly as humanly possible walking over to the button. And then he fucking hits it, thank God. I was,
And hits that cunt. I thought he wasn't gonna hit it. I thought he wasn't gonna hit it and throw it events. I really did. I could not believe that. Listen, I became religious in that moment. Like,
and he messaged us and said, Bryce, holy fucking shit, Keanu won, and then I put my phone back in my pocket.
okay. Anything else before we rank these bitches?
Yeah, hold on.
Mhm.
Please, Heaven, please don't let the TOUTTE podcast make double S tier and put me back in it again. Super S tier was so frustrating last week. I made the best move of all time, nominating and evicting Jimmy. And I know that I deserve to be in the S tier because I will win this game, and everyone in jury is going to vote me because I wanted them in jury. Amen.
Wow.
That's what Mickey's thinking right
That was really beautiful. With that, let's
now.
get to it.
We the super F, right?
I put in super F already, Matt. I
Who
brought
do you
it back.
think?
I'm gonna maybe add a new tier as well. You know what? I'll get to that when I get to that.
Like below super F?
Just let's wait a sec. Oh, we'll get there when we get there. All right. So we have started here. Where do we begin?
I still cannot see it.
Oh, I know exactly why. It's because I did the thing that I do every single time. Okay. So where do we even begin?
Let's see. Super F there. You don't even. You can take S out, and you can probably take A out too. Nobody's
I'm
going to
gonna. We'll just not gonna. We'll keep them there. We're just not gonna put anyone in it.
like. I don't think anything's changed. If it was yesterday before we knew HOH, I was already going to say I don't think a single person's going in A tier, and honestly, I feel like it still might be the same.
I could have one. No, no, no one. Okay. Where do we begin?
Um, I just saw Keanu's cast picture.
We could start with Keanu if you would like. Uh, God.
See where
Oh
other
God.
people are going anywhere. Let
What?
me just to start for two reasons. One, we can get him out of the way, and two, I feel like he has one of the most solid, easy placements. I'm not happy about it. I'll listen to you from last week. Put Riley in B tier.
All right. All right. Cool with me. And we'll end that there. Get that out of the way because you're right. Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna say like nobody's going after him. He's in a good position. Like it is genuinely insane that like a couple people mentioned him. I think Mickey mentioned him, but like Mickey's on the block right now and he's not. And then
Mhm.
like who would like be willing to see him go or all targeting other people first.
Yep.
Um
I think Ashley's like the only one after him.
but but uh, even then like everyone in the house is obsessed with him and they'll probably save him anyway. So
Yep. I
okay.
agree. And he also like every single nominee believed he was going to save them with their whole chest, including yeah. So okay.
Well yeah, because he is.
Okay. So we get Catherine out of the way too.
Um,
C for being boring.
yeah, like she's in a nobody trusts her as much as Riley. Anybody who like feels decent about her feels good about her through Riley.
Yep.
Um, I think I don't necessarily think she should have used the veto. I kind of go back and forth on it. I don't think it would have been bad if she did. Actually,
Yeah.
objectively, based on how the week started to play out, she probably should have vetoed Keanu and just made Morgan go on the
Yeah.
block. But even if she wasn't going to, I don't think she played it optimally. She didn't like have conversations with people. She didn't get deals from people. She didn't like get any good grace with Morgan for making sure she didn't go up. I don't know.
Hmm.
She could have done
I
it.
do. I do have a knock for both Catherine and Riley that I just remembered. Because first of all, what I would like to say, I saw people saying Catherine shouldn't have taken the veto. All you people, shut up. Don't ever speak to me. You're idiots. Take the veto if you can win the veto. Like, stop it. I'm fine with her not using it. Like, that's fine. If anyone on Keanu, but here's the thing that they did that was stupid. They wanted to evict Keanu over Vince, and I was like, "Are you fucking stupid idiots?" Because keeping Keanu is like the biggest path in the world for them to get to the win because Keanu was obsessed with them and a big target in front of them. And so that was really stupid, dumb idiot of them to want to say Vince over Keanu. They should have been in the boat of like we need to split up Zach and Vince. That they should have been right in that boat, but they weren't. So that's my knock on them for as well positioned as they are.
They got lucky that it didn't come to that, and the week is already passed, and now they're sitting pretty in a position where I don't think they're getting nominated. I think Rachel is wary of them, but
Mm-hmm.
such a big target right now that I don't know if that'll affect them. Because
Yeah,
Rachel,
no, she I saw her earlier just crafting a deal with them and talk about how she'll protect them because they're showmans and stuff. So
curious if, like everyone loves Riley and is obsessed with him, and is like that's kind of weird. But then, so like I think Riley would have been a good swing if Mickey and Morgan weren't so anti-Rachel. They kind of forced the band into doing that. I
yep.
think if this HOH happened like 4 days ago, Riley would have been a fantastic target for her,
Mhm.
but correctly realizes that he's unfortunately not, as much as I'd like to see it.
Yep. All right.
So,
Now let's move on to. I'm gonna close my eyes and see where it lands. Kelly.
uh,
Uh, huh? What do you
he,
think?
uh,
What do you think?
I think we can see where other people go, but my instinct would be like B tier because she's still after Rachel. When Rachel is a gen,
Mm-mm.
yes,
No,
as a
she's not.
she is lying to Rachel's face, Bryce.
What? She just. I literally saw her earlier today make a final two and pitch to her.
Earlier, yeah, maybe things changed theoretically, but as of yesterday, she was still like Rachel was like, "We need to work together." Oh my God, we need to work together. Like, yeah, 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 and then like was not being honest about it. Kelly has been so anti-Rachel from day one.
I think you're. I think she split. I think she switched, and she's a little more pro Rachel now. Genuinely.
If
I,
that's
I
true, then all right. But like, I feel like you might be getting fooled because she's been doing the same thing with Vince. Well, she's been anti-Vince for like a couple weeks now, but she's fooling him into believing that she's not. And I think she's still doing that with Rachel.
I've seen her have talks with like even Keanu that are like, we need to work with Rachel now and
Beyond
stuff.
saying that, she's just agreeing.
I believe I really believe her, especially after this HOH. Rachel went out of her way to make the final two with Kelly. I think she's low to Rachel now, genuinely.
I think
Um,
maybe short term at the very best, but I don't know. I'm still like, I don't trust Kelly to make big game decisions after everything we've seen from
I've
her.
been okay. Gone back a few times and I've been like, Ryan gaslights me out of my opinions and my thoughts sometimes. I feel like I'm being gaslit into thinking Kelly is more anti-Rachel than she has been. I feel like she's I don't know. I don't know. Um, she kept secrets and like through Mickey and she's been really anti-Mickey. She's been like one of the lead charges of like Mickey needs to fucking go now. Um, she was also like I like that she wanted to take Keanu over Vince and Keanu over Zach. Very smart of her. Um, and I like that she just stayed chill and stayed out of the drama. And there's a billion people in front of her. I think this was by far her best week and the best position she's in, even though she's still not in a great position and she's not doing that much. I think she's doing far better than she has been. I will put her in D if you like, but I can't actually think of too much she did wrong this week besides just like being Kelly.
Um,
I feel
that's
like
it's just like general. I don't have faith in her, and also I'm looking at the board, and other than Rachel and Keanu, I don't think a single one of those people wants to. I guess Ava also. Other than those three people, I don't think a single one of them wants to work with her. Even Mickey, who is
yep.
extremely anti Rachel, was still talking about putting Kelly up as one of her nominees for some fucking reason. Like a lot of people are perfectly fine just throwing her up and seeing her go.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna say this should say everything about how ridiculous this last week was, which was that Kelly was far and away one of the most sane people to watch. Like I would watch Kelly and finally someone's not crazy. Oh, someone's making sense. Like that's how bad it was getting. So I'd like to reward her for this behavior.
You watched more feeds than I did. I'll give it to you. Whatever.
Okay. She just everyone actively pinked. She was harmless. She told everyone she was doing. She stuck with it. Okay. Shall we move on?
Um, Black and super F tier, please.
Who?
That
Zach Super F. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking ball sacks.
about him, Bryce.
Um, you go ahead. You go first.
I've gone first like every single person. Go ahead.
Have you? Okay. No, I just went first for Kelly. But I'll go first again. Zach, a boy. I thought you were gonna win. It was so weird because we're all like clowning him and being like idiot, whatever. But he was playing well before this, and it just comes to show that he's never seen the show. He doesn't know what he's doing, and this week just proved over and over again that he was an idiot. I can't believe he didn't use veto power. He did have an idea that he might not have the votes when he didn't use it. He'd heard that before. He'd gone through the debates with people. He's like, oh, if I knew I wouldn't have used it. He knew that it was a little sketchy, and he still did not use it. For Morgan, who I didn't even think he cared about, I still don't even know if that's why he did it. I genuinely think he was just so cocky and refused. Sometimes in Big Brother, you have to take, right? And I think he just refused to take the slightest of else and just wouldn't use it and paid the price. I astonished, one of the dumbest decisions ever. And so, bye bye. You know, that's my take.
Bryce, before I talk about him, also, I have a question to ask you. How long until him and Zay hook up?
It's already happened, baby. It's already happened, baby. We've got another Big Brother baby on the way. All right. He's out there with Zayn, fucking Matt, and they're getting it on.
Did you see the clip of Zach and Lauren talking about his ex?
About who? Oh yeah, where he was like, "Well, my ex, I mean, they, yeah, they, my ex, they," and Lauren was like, "Huh?"
Anyways, no. Zach, despite what he wants to claim in his exit interviews, where at the time of the veto ceremony he was 100% safe no matter what, that was not the case. I don't know why the fuck he didn't use his power. He says it's to protect Morgan, which I was also shocked to find out. In an exit interview, he said he would have picked Morgan over Lauren, which I never fucking thought.
Can I tell you my take on that?
He
I
might.
think what happened is after, because if you recall, he did so much for his whole game as Lauren. He thought he was going to marry her. He didn't tie the vote nobly so that she didn't have to break a tie, you know? I think after the veto ceremony, after the veto wasn't used, it became abundantly clear that Lauren did not give a fuck. And just Lauren ran off, and her and Vince were talking every 2 seconds. Everywhere you went, it was little Eggman and Lauren in a corner. And it became so blatantly clear that Lauren was with Vince over him. And then so Zach, right after all that, Zach was like, "Oh my God, Morgan, I love you. Yes, you're my closest ally. It's always been you." He's like, "Oh nope, never mind, Morgan. No, you're great." Because he had been literally early in the week talking to people about how much she annoyed him. But like right after that, she was like, "Oh, Morgan, I love you. Morgan, you're my close. I use his power so he wouldn't go up." I think he just realized Lauren was not fucking with him, and Morgan was like the only one who would be loyal to him. So that's my take.
I'm also so happy that he didn't use the power to save Morgan, and then she still evicted him. Like I've never felt such a full body high in my life than listening to her evict his ass. And I'm the one thing I'm annoyed about is that she was the first vote when they came back from commercial break, so she had to like sit in there for like a couple minutes and could collect herself. I wanted to walk in like already sobbing and like struggle to get the words out.
That would have been nice. I agree. They messed up with that.
I feel like I
Okay.
had something to say about Zach, but I don't care enough to keep talking about him. He's
Okay.
horrendous, fun.
Okay. Let's see. Who should I do next? How about Ava? This is a tricky one. Ava's a tricky one because on paper, based on the results, her HOH was good. And I have pros and cons to her strategy of I'm not going to talk to anyone the entire time and I'm going to sleep all day and not know what's going on. Because on the one hand, that's stupid. So when you're HOH, I think generally you should talk to people and like I know, make deals with them and stay in the loop. However, post HOH, she has talked about how like she did that so that she could keep her viewpoint as weak and how whenever people talk about the Ava HOH week, they'll just say, "Hey, Ava was upstairs sleeping. She didn't know what was going on." Um, and that makes me real like there was a bit of deliberation and she's just wanted to avoid all the blame for making a big move and that did kind of work actually. The thing that is my bigger knock than not talking to anyone is the fact that she put Keanu up and she didn't push for Keanu to stay. Because if Keanu went like he probably was about to, this would not have been good for Ava, I do not think. So, because she needed to split up Zach and Vince and Morgan, and she just needed to. So she lucked it at the end there. But I still think she's come out of this in a pretty solid spot. A lot of red flags, like her crying about Zach, where she was like, if I didn't bring you up, it's okay. I this was still better than the rest of the so far. So what do you think, Ryan?
Um, I think there were absolutely no pros to her strategy, even if you want to say it was intentional. Like if she said it cool, good for her. I think either way, based on how chaotic the house is and the current state of it, I think she would have faded into the background naturally, anyways. If she just like, even if she didn't pushing shit, at least like, even if you talk to more people, I think even if you again like, it might have been somewhat intentional. I think mostly she just genuinely wanted to go up and sleep because that's what she usually does the entire time, and she was just tired and didn't have anything to do with it. She would have conversations with people, and then the conversation would end, and she would turn to the camera and be like, "I don't even know what I just said. Like I wasn't paying attention. I'm tired." I think she made a good move, but my faith in her as a player is dropping because like she did nothing to make that move was actually going to work. She like I don't know, nobody's targeting her currently. But even like Mickey was going to fucking put her up as a pawn for some dumbass reason. So
No, Mickey was going to beg her to volunteer to be a pawn, and of course, surely it would have worked, right?
yeah, but if Mickey's saying something, if you say no, then she probably would have started targeting Ava instead. So um, I don't know. Like there's still people who feel good about her, but I don't know if she's going to be able to be active enough to continue long term. And I don't know. Like I still think she's in a B tier. She's in a pretty solid position. Nobody's going after her.
You said B tier because I agree with B tier.
Yes, she made a
Below
good
Riley, above Riley.
doing it.
What?
Maybe you would have heard me if you didn't keep talking over me. I don't know.
You? It sounded like you went. Bah, 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 bah.
Well, um, it's fine. I don't care if she's above or below.
Pick one, or I'm ending the stream.
So, what are you doing?
What?
I said, what are you doing?
I said you got to pick if she's above Riley or not.
Right below.
Oh, below. Okay. Amazing. All right, next person then, Ryan. Parentheses 10K richer.
Put Mickey right next to that.
All right. Well, if we're doing Mickey, I actually have to introduce a new tier. So hang on a second. I'm going to be making a new tier really quick. So let's do this. Add a row below. Super F plus I hate you. So this is the Super F and I hate you tier. And that is where I'm putting Mickey. because it's not only super F, but I don't like her. I'm gonna put don't like because I don't want to spread hate.
Um, I'll talk about her while you're doing that, and then after. I unfortunately would probably objectively put her above that because at least she didn't keep herself on the block willingly, and it's not about being up on the block and like would take herself given a chance. But she just continues to like she's, she's just not a good person or player. She walks around the house like she pays to look for it. Um, and just tells everyone what they need, not what they should do, not what she thinks. She tells people what they should do, and just like none of it makes sense. She was trying to Rachel, who was not going after her. She is on the block right now because of the actions that she. Um, she was unnecessarily. She's telling Will that she wants to put Ava up, and it's a miracle that it hasn't gotten back to Ava because if it did, people would probably be wanting her out right now. I think she's lucky that people like Ava, and for some fucking, we'll talk about it when we get to Ashley. Jesus Christ. I think she's lucky she has people vouch for her because with all the information she has told to other people, there is no logistical reason why a single person in the house should be wanting to protect her at all. Because she shit talks every single one of them to every single other person in the house. And if they sat 5 minutes and told each other everything Mickey has said, Mickey would probably self evict because she would claim that they're all lying and like have a mental breakdown even more than she already has. Um, but right now it looks like she'll. Let me look at the votes actually, because Riley and Catherine hate her. Can you zoom so I can see all the people?
Uh, yeah.
Because
Let me.
Riley and Catherine hate her. Kelly hates her. Keanu hates her. If she's up against Morgan, Vince is evicting her. So that's 5. So there would only need to be
Mhm.
her.
And what about versus Vince? I mean, she goes versus Vince, surely, right? Or
Um, Lord takes Vince. Let me.
Lauren, Kelly, Keanu,
Morgan Kelly, Keanu.
Zach, or Lauren, Kelly, Keanu, Riley, Catherine. Done. Gone.
But you need 6. You need 6.
Wait, you need 6 this week?
Right? Last week wasn't it 6-6-5? Or no, it was 5-5. You're
Yeah,
right.
okay.
We won. We won.
I think she goes home in both scenarios, which is really funny.
Can change. There's a lot of fucking time for things to change. But the
I
issue is
need the nominations to stay the same.
the same. She for sure has Ashley, Ava, Will all saving her, and then I don't know what Morgan does if Morgan's safe, but she has 3 locked votes to stay at the very least, and that can easily sway people. Like against Morgan, I was talking earlier. I said Riley and Catherine. Riley and Catherine, I think, might have picked Morgan over
I think they
Mickey.
do evict Morgan. Actually, she might survive Morgan. You're right.
Which honestly, that's still fucking fine with me. But
Yeah, it's fine with me too. But she's such a energy sucker. I I feel like I yapped about her a lot in like the intro section, so I don't want to say too much more about how like horrible she's playing and how much it frustrates me. She has given everyone 90 different opportunities to compare a single note. Like, I don't understand how anyone even takes her slightest bit seriously because it is laughable the things she said and the says on the audacity that she has when she says them. But she's actively shit talked the HOH the entire time, throwing a temper tantrum that she's up. I mean, it's got to come back to her eventually. The only thing I will give her is somehow Ashley is still with her. I cannot believe it, but she is. So, yeah.
yeah, and like the fact that after Rachel won, she spent the entire day talking about like, I think she's gonna nominate me. I can't believe she won. I'm so mad she won, and then she's still shocked she went up. Side note, my neighbors are playing the loudest music I've ever heard in my life. Can you hear it through my
I
speakers?
can't hear it. You're good.
God, because I was like, this is gonna be insufferable on the fucking podcast.
No, I can't hear it. You're good.
They also like a couple nights ago, I was trying to bed. It was 12:20 in the morning, and they started vacuuming.
Vanessa BB can coded.
At least that was the full of the fucking day. Wow, what a list so far. Jesus Christ, we're only halfway done.
Oh God. Should we get
Um,
Morgan out of the way too while we're here?
yeah, put her. I feel like is she just regular F? I feel like
I think regular F for her too. I think regular F because she evicted Zach. That was fun.
um, I don't know. She's probably the most likely person to leave this week if noms stay the same. I think she goes home against both people, right? Let me run again with her.
I think so. I think she's cooked if she stays up.
Her against Kelly, Riley, Keanu, Catherine will vote with Riley, Lauren, that's already five. Fucking Mickey might have picked her over Vince too, depending on how she feels. So
Yeah.
tragedy.
Somehow though, like, okay, let's not get this twisted. She's insane. She's like not well, and she spends all day chasing after guys who want nothing to do with her. She makes really terrible pitches and sobs to the entire house about how she can't possibly evict her friends. She probably should have gone home and would have gone home if Zach used the power and lucked the hell out. But I guess she missed it him. So, she's not a good player, but next to Mickey makes her look sane and down to earth. Sometimes with Morgan, I get a morsel, like a sliver of like reality recognition of like, oh, this is embarrassing, or like every once in a while you'll get like, okay, it's just a game from her. Every once in a while. So I'll put her in regular F. I don't know.
Want to know? It is so funny to me that after finding out he was wearing his bracelet that he left behind because it was falling apart and he like didn't care about it. After being told that Morgan was wearing it around, Zach started cackling. And then he was like, "I'm not laughing at you, Morgan. Like you're a great person. That's just like funny to me that I was gonna throw it away." No, he was trying to cover it up. He was fucking cackling that she was that obsessed with him. It's really funny.
Yep.
Anyway, she also said that she was thinking about giving it to Lauren, but actually she doesn't want to, so she's gonna keep it.
Wow. How selfless of her. Almost as selfless as when she was telling Zach that she would take out Lauren for him. Right? She has a Lauren obsession right now. Have you heard about that?
No, I told you, her and Mickey are both blaming Lauren for their nomination because they are both claiming to themselves and each other that the only person they told that they would go after Rachel is Lauren, each other, and Vince. And the other person and Vince wouldn't possibly snitch, so it had to have been Lauren, who was known for talking game with people.
They told everybody in the house. They may as well have told Rachel to her face at a certain point. God, I'm just remembering Mickey at one point was like literally acting like it was her HOH room. Like that's why I put Mickey in Super F over more. Like she came up and she was like, "Do you think you've made good choices? You think you've made intentional choices, Rachel?" Um, but yeah, um,
Like
it's
this one.
all they told the entire house to take out the HOH, and then they're like, "I never said that." But Morgan at least said, "I did tell someone that I was going to do that." Mickey's like, "I never would have done that."
Did you
I pray
more?
for her.
They were both in Rachel's HOH room, and she was like in the bathroom, like getting ready or something, and someone like knocked on the door, opened the door, and they were like, "What?"
The audacity, the absolute unmitigated gall. Maybe I can put her. Should I just put her in Super F? I don't know. This is crazy.
I don't know. To be fair, I don't know which one of them said that between her and Mickey. It was probably Mickey.
Let me put her there. I don't care. I don't care.
We need to start screenshotting these and tweeting them out this
We
year.
do. We do need to do that. Yeah, we
Um,
absolutely do.
Let's see. We do need to start filling out some of these tiers. Um, who can go in like D or F? Hey, Keanu.
Keanu, F or D? F, D.
Uh,
Okay, let's talk it through, shall we?
okay, well, I'll start with it. Um, okay, step one. Rachel tells him information. Two, he says, Keanu, every single thing I tell you, you tell to Vince. Don't do it. Three, Keanu goes and tells Vince. And then he goes back to Rachel and says, hey, Vince said this. And she's like, why did you tell Vince again? And he goes, I didn't use your name, so he doesn't know that it was you. At the very least, he's not targeting Rachel anymore, which he shouldn't. That is smart. He still thinks Vince is the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. He does have at least one person loyal to him in Kelly and a second one loyal to him in Rachel. However, uh, he still actively has people like Mickey Morgan talking shit about him. Ashley is now super anti Keanu. Um, Ava would probably put him back up. Fucking Lauren would probably nom him because she doesn't have a brain. But Queen, like, still, like, he's still Keanu. He does what he's doing, and every time he's giving good advice, he actively does the opposite. He was talking about throwing the blockbuster for 90% of the week. He still believes he would have survived the vote when he was gone in a fucking landslide. Like he he doesn't trust any. He trusts people who don't give a fuck about him. He trusts Vince, who would have voted him out. He trusts like Riley, who might have voted him out. He like Catherine wanted to vote him out over Zach at one point. Like,
All right.
see what his long term prospects are other than winning competition.
Here's what I'll say. I'll give a pros and cons list. Pros, this was actually one of Keanu's best weeks. All right. He made inroads with Rachel. That is really good for him. I'm telling you, that was actually seriously good for him. Inroads with Kelly. I bet Vince probably trusts him now. Uh, I, I think he's in a way better spot in the house somehow. He's come out of this in not the worst spot. Not a good spot, but not the worst. Now, let's go through the cons. So yeah, Ray tried to beg him to not throw the blockbuster to save Vince Christ. He
Not
also
just Rachel. Also, Riley did. Also, like fucking, I think Ashley might have. I think like everyone was begging him not to throw it.
he ratted everything to him. He pitched for Catherine. He came to Catherine and was like, I know you want to use the veto, but you should veto Vince. Um,
He also
just
spent the entire week not campaigning for himself and only campaigning for Vince.
was so confident Riley and Catherine would never evict him when they were both evicting him. Um, so we'll die for them as well. He cannot fathom the concept of Rachel and Vince not working together. He would like hear Rachel's takes and about how like Vince is a mastermind and like this person's here and this person's there, and he'd go back to Vince and he'd be like, I know she's a winner, but her reads on the game are really off. And somehow he was one of the people this year. This week. I've come to him, but probably F because he was going if he didn't win Blockbuster and he did a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah, should we do that? King.
Um, talk about Ashley.
Do I start? I start. Shit. Okay. I think my rating would have been a little higher had this next HOH not happened. So we are recording this at the time where Ashley is basically like, Rachel, Mickey never would have come for you. She's the best person gonna have her. Keanu and Kelly are manipulating you, and she's dying on the sword. When right after she talks with Will about how she knows that Rachel has every reason to go after Mickey. I don't get it. I don't know what is up her ass, but now she seems genuinely distraught and pissed. She said, "America." I just read a tweet where she said, "This is a ruthless HOH. America's gonna hate it." What happened to her? What is going on? What happened? Because she was supposed to be queen of good reads. I really think part of this read season, she was so good. She had reintegrated herself with so much of the house, and then Mickey just missed the fuck out of her to where she was Keanu. Um, and that would have been really, really bad. She was going to save Zach Keanu. That was really bad. I think she still has some people coming after her. She's still in an okay spot. I guess I get why she's fighting for me, but it doesn't. It's not fucking annoying. I would say CD somewhere. That's my opinion.
I think you're insane to even consider C. I was like thinking D, and then I could have been argued down to potentially F, just because of like I was still probably going to stick with D, but I think currently like I don't understand. She has had multiple conversations over the last couple days with Ava, Will, other people, where she's like, yeah, like Mickey and Morgan were trying to get us to put up Rachel, but we didn't want to
Was
do
the
that.
person who
Wouldn't have.
clocked Mickey.
And then she goes to Rachel and she's like, Mickey was never, ever, ever coming after. Like, I assume I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and assume that her thought process was he's scared that Mickey will. Based on what I read, I think Rachel's speech made it clear that Mickey's the target. So I think in her mind, he wants Morgan or Vince to leave more than Mickey. And instead of just saying, I think one of them should be the target, he's scared that Mickey will 100% leave, and she's convinced that Mickey cannot be on the block because one of the other two must go and must die and is evil. So I think she's just approaching it really, really stupidly. But as actively bad as that gameplay is, at the very least, it'll probably get back to Mickey that Ashley's fighting so hard for her. And if Mickey does stay, which is decently likely, kind of, then that's probably good. Um,
Nope. No,
it's
wait.
not
No.
just
It's gonna get back to Mickey that Ashley is fighting to protect her. And as a result, Mickey will target her.
okay. Well, that's probably true, but like Rachel's still not gonna like obviously turn on Ashley because it doesn't make any sense. Like she still has a week of safety to continue reintegrating like she has. I think currently she's making a very big mistake, but I think we've seen her make big mistakes before and bounce back, and I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and not move her down to F. But she's
I think
currently so badly and confusingly that I can't justify her being higher.
works for me. All right. Um, how about you go for Lauren,
Yeah, wait, there's still 13 of them. I thought there were only 12. Um,
queen of zero confessionals in 5 episodes?
oh, we can put Zach on death. No, Lauren, a fucking icon. 5 episodes with no confessional is insane. But like, especially when she's like best friends with two of the nominees, like absolute icon. SSS tier, beautiful woman, queen. Anyways, um, I was gonna like put her right next to Kat. I was
I
gonna
agree.
like ahead of this. I was thinking maybe no, I probably still would have said this. She just lost one of her closest allies. She's about to lose another one this week, and if the veto's used, my assumption is that she would be the renom. There's a small chance Rachel like to I don't know backdoor Riley, but I don't see that happen. I think Lauren is objectively like the best renom. It just makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she goes home and pretty much any does she go home against Mickey? She probably goes home against Mickey.
No, she should stay against Mickey because she'll have Catherine and Riley for sure. Um, she'll have
Yeah,
Vince.
The okay, yeah. The
She'll have Kelly, Catherine, Riley, Vince, Kelly.
Keanu.
Uh,
Can you hear
does
me?
Keanu like Lauren? Probably. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
she probably could stay. I can see it. Keanu wants Mickey out, so yeah.
Right.
What?
Could you hear me?
You're very choppy.
Well, let me know how choppy I am.
Okay, I can hear you though.
Because I was saying your name like 20 times.
Oh. Okay, well now I can hear you.
Okay. Well, so yeah, she probably stays if she does go up, so that's fine. But like, she lost an ally, she's going to lose another one. There's still, I guess, technically the chance that she leaves this week. Maybe I don't see it happening.
Hmm.
Like, she still doesn't like actively talk game to her. She's all right with Riley and Catherine, but otherwise, like the entire other side just doesn't talk to her, and she doesn't talk to them. Like Mickey was talking about how she would have put Lauren up as like a pawn, maybe if like someone came down. I think it was like Lauren, Kelly, and Ava, and then Rachel backdoor because Mickey hates women. Um, she still like has Vince in the game, but maybe not anymore. If Vince leaves, I don't know what the hell she does because Vince is the only person tying her to Mickey and Morgan. Um,
Uh, Mickey and Morgan are now targeting her, by the way.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
She kind of has nobody but Vince and like Catherine and Riley.
yeah, maybe move. No, but
I'm
I was
keeping
gonna
her
say
C. I'm keeping her C. I think she's still C.
for both Kelly, but then I was like, wait, Kelly doesn't have anybody either.
No, no. I think she's right where she belongs.
She's also my one, so
She's also pretty. We did not factor that in. True.
I forgot to mention Zach. Zach was the second member of my draft I lost. In fact, all three people that were on the block were part of my draft.
Idiot alert.
But I still have a 7-5 lead. So
All right. That is true. Any other comments about Lauren? My
um,
comeback is on, by the way. I'm going to have this comeback and I'm going to beat you. But calm down.
my last comment about Lauren is that her fiction.
I didn't hear what you said, but I disagree.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to move on, and I know exactly who I'm going to talk about, okay? Because I was thinking about this the whole week. The last multiple weeks, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks of me going, I think this is a person who's actually doing pretty good. And then you go, what? What do you mean? I don't see them do anything except agree with people. They're terrible. And I'm here to stand my fucking ground and say Will is playing the best game in the house right now and say it on my with my full fucking chest. I don't care. Um, this king is the king of agreeing. Everybody loves him. Everyone trusts him. No one's threatened by him. No one's after him. I don't want to glaze him too much because sometimes he does do some stupid things, like he was going to save Zach um, over Keanu, which is dumb, stupid idiot. It is so refreshing to hear him talk and be like, "Yeah, Mickey did this shit to herself." Like, "Oh, thank you, King." Um, and I stand him. I'm a Will stan. I see him making a deep run, and I feel like he's one of the few people who has a a decent read on the game and like is normal. And I do think he's playing the game. I think the strategy of agreeing with everyone all the time is hilarious and actually a pretty good strategy. And I don't care what mean nasty Brian's gonna say in response. So go say your mean nasty things.
I
What?
I said I agree with you.
See, I believe you. I just
Um, like Will, I mean, to be fair, bar in the house is not high. Everyone in this house is one of the worst players I've ever seen. Um, I think Will has bounced back. I think he spent his couple weeks moping, and since then has done thing. Um, I think that he didn't correctly utilize his number one ally being HOH. I think they talked about forming something and putting it together and never did, which I think is a mistake. Um, it's kind of hard for me to know what his actual read on the game is because he does just agree with everybody. However, I think he is at his most honest when he's talking to Ava and Ashley, and like they know what Mickey's doing. They still want Mickey to stay, which, as much as I hate to admit, is probably better for their game because Mickey is loyal to them, except for Ashley. Ashley shouldn't want that at all because Mickey
And
fucking.
kind of Ava.
I mean, nobody's targeting Will. Nobody has a reason to target Will because why would they? Um, the oh fuck, right. I just remember. I was about to say nobody has a reason to go after him for multiple weeks, so he should be fine. But that means like Morgan will probably survive when HOH and take Will out somehow. But, um, effectively, if nobody does the stupidest move anyone's ever seen, which again I'm not putting past this cast, Will should be in it for at the very least a couple weeks. Um, my issue mainly is still that like I don't know how he wins off and like makes it to the end with like enough win equity. But it's a long term thing. Short term, he's fucking fine and he's not really doing anything wrong. So
He's winning the wall comp actually, but I digress.
well no, because Morgan's gonna win the wall comp because it's wall comp Wednesday.
I'm gonna be so mad if they do an endurance. If they do wall comp or an endurance comp the week Rachel can't compete, I'm suing the show. That's all I'm gonna say.
I need so badly for whenever the wall comp happens, if Morgan is still in the house, for her to be like the third one to drop.
I agree.
I don't even need her to be first. I just need her to to, to drop like third randomly, like 20 minutes in.
Or maybe she'll get evicted before, and her and Adrian can compete alongside in their wall comp Wednesday. You know,
But it gets to Big Brother Unlocked, and she's like interviewing with them, and they're like, "We actually set up a wall over here for you to play along, and we brought Adrian too." And then she like falls within 5 minutes, and Adrian outlasts her, and then she starts crying.
okay. I don't even know who we're talking about, but you want to move on?
Yeah.
I would like for you to take Vince first because I don't want to.
Damn. I was gonna pick Rachel, so I didn't have to talk about Vince first.
Haha.
Um. God. I think she's going in C tier somewhere, just because like does she have the best read on the game? Yes.
Sorry, you cut off a lot. I didn't even hear who you're talking about.
I'm talking about Rachel Riley.
Oh,
I think she, she has the best read on the house. She is currently HOH, and she's making a correct decision for her game. She is actively being targeted by one, two,
just four people.
and then like the thing is like Riley's been hardcore targeting Morgan and Mickey. If one of them leaves, I feel like he might still nom Rachel.
I feel like Rachel, from what I've seen, has already started to put in good work with Riley and Catherine.
Yeah, but
Um,
everyone does, and he just tells everyone, "Yeah, yeah, I got you," and then I don't know what he actually
I
thinks.
know, but I don't. I don't think he'd do it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he would, but
I don't know, like she's such a big target, and even like Ashley's talking about how they can't take her super far, and like I want to reward her for being HOH and making a decent move, so I'd say maybe like bottom of
being
B, but her long
yep,
term
yep, yep,
prospects are so
don't care.
shaky.
I'm going to reward her. That is the only reason why she's not at the top, because I am going to reward her for being the only fucking sane person in this house with like correct reads, who is like, hey, Vince is running things. Everyone's like, you're an idiot. No, he's not. And she's like, yes, he is. Hey, Mickey's like the craziest person I've ever met and is targeting me. And everyone's like, no, they're not. And she's like, yes, they are. Like, I can't deal with how this season will go when Rachel is not here. No one else is as sane as she is. She's made the right moves. I'm so proud of her, and I'm going to reward her for that with B. I do think she's also using this HOH very well, which is that she's cut deals with every single person that she will not put up. And I do think she has improved her standing a lot. I think she needs to get on top of this Mickey sentiment and make sure everyone really knows that Mickey's insane, instead of like dancing around and being like, okay, Ashley, maybe I'll save Mickey. Oh, Mickey's so net. Like, she needs to be like, this bitch Mickey can pack her fucking bags. She's insane. And it's time we all talked about it. Like, she needs to bring that energy back, just so people stop. Oh, hello, Giant. Just so people stop like hearing her out on her craziness, because every day that goes by, Mickey and Morgan will talk for 10 hours about how awful she is, and it will eventually come to hurt her stock a little bit. But I'm so proud of her. I couldn't be more proud of her. Thank God for these noms. And I hope she is not stupid enough to do what she was saying to Ashley and like, oh yeah, maybe I'll use the veto to backdoor someone. I hope that's just a lie. Oh, my one critique is she might be a little bit over lying as HOH. Like, I don't see the reason to lie a lot as HOH about who you're doing. Oh, goodbye. But yeah, I'm happy with her there. That's my opinion.
I just realized I was supposed to talk about Vince. Oh well, you can talk about him.
You're a nasty, schemy liar.
You can talk about him first. I can.
I'll talk about him. I'm not going to place him. That's the hard part. It's placement. So I'm going to yap about him first. I can talk about him. I don't like him. I respect him. He puts in the hustle, and he did a wonderful job of, in a position where he should have been targeted, he made it so he would cleanly stay over everybody. Morgan and Lauren evicted their showmans for him. Keanu wants to die for him. Mickey wanted to save him for some reason. He survived a worst case scenario, and his strategy was going, oh, this is my dream. This is my dream. I love this show so much. This is my dream. I have applied for 10 years. And I'm so anxious. I'm just so anxious. I'm so scared. And then everyone's like, wow, I love him. Like, but you know what? If it works, it works. He still has a cult. He took a big hit. You know, losing Zach is bad for him. You can sense that his power is down in the house now. He still has a little cult, but you can sense that is down. And he is at risk of going home. And he's taken a big knock. But I still want to commend him for the work he's putting in, the pressure he's putting on, and the people he still does have swooning over him, and the fact that he might still just stay over everyone but like Lauren at this point. So I don't know where to rate that. Yeah. What do you think?
See, my issue is like on paper, similar to Lauren, like he just lost one of his closest allies. He's currently on the block with two more of his closest allies. But he still has so many people like obsessed with him, especially now that Zach's gone and people don't need to like break up him and Zach. Riley's obsessed with him. With Riley comes Catherine, who also just naturally likes him herself. Lauren's obsessed with him. Um, like Kelly doesn't trust him, but there's other people she's targeting first. Keanu was still obsessed with him. Morgan's still obsessed with him. Mickey even is loyal to him. Like he has so many people ridiculously loyal to him, and I don't know how he does it. He also has, especially compared to the rest of the house, a, an okay strategic mind and just like read of the game. Like compared to the rest of the house, that's a godsend.
Yep.
Look, I think you put him above Catherine and fucking C tier. Like only that.
Oh, I was thinking even higher.
I can't justify higher just because he's on the block for the second time in a row and losing two allies in a row. And theoretically, there's still a week for things to change where, especially if a nom changes and Lauren goes up, there's a decent chance he goes home.
Okay. I wonder if Catherine's too low, and I hate to say that, but
She's just not doing anything. Also, I was gonna say like put Ava above Riley now, just because I hate seeing him in second place and it makes me want to kill myself.
Okay. So here's our final tier list then. Ooh, fun. I still feel like Vince is too low because he's high on my winner pick list still. But I'm gonna accept that because that's fun. I don't think I'm gonna ever see him this low again, so I'm happy to put him this low because this has been bad weeks for him. Okay.
Can you also please swap Zay and Jimmy just so Zay and Zach are close to each other? Like if
Yes.
Don pick.
Yes. We'll put the lovebirds together. That's cute. That's very cute.
They can kiss. And Jimmy
Oh.
with an E. And Jimmy there and
I can't hear what you're saying, but oh well.
I don't know what's happening.
All right. So
Do-
final tier list. We've got S tier. In A tier. In B tier, we've got Will, Ava, Riley, Rachel. Then in C tier, we've got Vince, Catherine, Lauren, Kelly. And then we got Ashley and D, Keanu and F, Morgan, Mickey, and Zach in Super F. Final list, take it or leave it. I can already think of changes I'll make, and I'd probably change them again every 5 minutes, but this is what we've settled on, and we're never wrong. We're always right here on TOUTTE, so if you disagree, you're wrong.
Do you have any final thoughts about the past week and the week to come, Bryce?
Ouch. It hurts to watch.
But remember, Rachel's HOH.
And you know what? I thought it would hurt less, and it does. It's really nice. But even with Rachel in HOH, I go to the feats and I'm like, ouch. I can't
Okay,
stand the way these people move. I
Bryce,
think with Mickey gone, it'll be enjoyable again. I think she's the vulture.
scenarios, Bryce. Okay. I said it to you earlier. Lauren wins veto. Is so indecisive that she just doesn't use it somehow. All
Right.
of them self evict.
I support it.
And then the police come in and arrest Riley.
I support this. I support it.
And then Lauren makes final two and wins.
No.
Well, those are the
Catherine
jobs.
does. What if I said if Catherine's playing more active than Lauren?
I forgot you were a preseason Catherine
I
fan.
was. And you know what? Maybe I'll get back on it. She's kind of eating. Every time she's like does something separate from Riley, she kind of eats. Like when Vince was like, "Please give me the veto," and she was like, "I'm taking the veto."
Bryce, did you see about the conversation she had with Riley the other day?
Which terrible one? The one with her dead mom, the one with wanting to stop things.
Yeah, the one where she said she wanted to slow down and then Riley started sulking and like started crying and talking to her.
Mm-hmm. I saw.
What was the stuff about her dead mom? I didn't.
So this
I
one I can see live. I don't see people talking about it a lot, but I saw it with my own two eyes. Basically, I saw some tweets about it. I think her mom died at some point, really sad, and she was just sitting there and she was crying, and Riley was like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Just thinking about my mom, and I'm having a really tough time." And he's like, "Is there anything I can do to help?" And she's like, "No, I just need some space. I need some time." And he's like, "So how can I help?" And she's like, "You can't. It's okay." And he goes, "So how am I going to help you?" And she's like, "No, it's okay." And he goes, "Come here." And she goes, "No." He goes, "Come here." And then he's like, "No." And then after like seven more come here, she gets up and he hugs her and starts like squeezing her ass and hugging her. And then she's like pulling away and he's like, "What are you doing? No, come here. I'll protect you to the ends of the earth." And she's like, "Okay, my mom died." And he's like, "Okay, nice that." Like it was tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough watch.
Oh wow, that's really cool, Bryce. Wow, that's awesome. Um, oh, can we put him below Rachel too?
Sure.
Woo! This just looks so much better. Now he's farther away from Catherine too.
I'm not swapping anymore. Rachel should not be this high, my queen, but we'll give it to her.
We'll,
Okay,
we'll just
final
like,
list will. I already read the final list. This is the new final list. Take it or leave it.
are those your final thoughts, Bray?
I have no more thoughts. I've run out of thoughts. Head empty.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you just want to get back to reading and watching the live feed about Mickey.
Kind of actually, yeah. I can't look away. I just need to make sure she's losing.
Well, sign us out, Bryce.
All right. Love one another except for Mickey. Goodbye, everybody.
Poor Mickey.